Hey everybody, Mr. Adams here, and today we're going to be talking about the new unit that your kids are going to be working on how songs are put together. Today specifically we're going to be talking about sonata form, which sounds very difficult, but it really goes back to the basics of how songs are put together even to this day. For example, think about the biggest pop hit of the summer that you couldn't get out of your head no matter how hard you tried. And if you're thinking of the song I'm thinking of, I apologize for putting this song in your head, Jason DeRulo's Talk Dirty to Me.
Talk dirty to me. Talk dirty to me.
But there's no denying how catchy the song is, no matter how misogynistic or horrible the lyrics are. It's catchy because it's repetitive, and because of that repetition, it gets stuck in our heads. Some artists on YouTube have taken to parodying the effect of these songs by breaking down exactly what goes into making these top 40 hits tick.
Okay, so first of all we need a kind of funky beat, kind of like a... So then over the top of that we just make a few notes out of this.
That's a bad bassoon. All kidding aside, most songs come down to a few major sections that are repeated over and over again in a certain form or way a song is put together. To look at this more in depth, let's head to the music mat. Pop songs are put together with three major pieces. The first is the chorus, or the section of the song where the music and the lyrics of the song stay the same. In the pop song we were talking about earlier, this is the section with the trumpet riff and the words "talk dirty to me" repeated over and over again. Next up would be the verse of the song, which is the section where the music typically stays the same, but the lyrics almost always change in some way. And a third, but not always used section of a song is called the bridge. The bridge is the section of the song that has both new music and new lyrics whenever it's used, usually as a connecting piece between two choruses at the end of the song. This is fairly standard and predictable for music, but the cool thing about this is we can take these turns and turn them into sections for big classical pieces. For example, Beethoven's Fifth. That was overly dramatic and unnecessary. Anyway, whenever we're labeling music in big pieces of classical music, we simply use letters by labeling them the A section, the B section, and the C section as needed. The A section is always the first section in a song when it starts, the B section, the section that comes after with new music, and a C section is another section with new music. Sometimes entire sections of songs are omitted, and instead, sections of songs earlier are repeated later in the song. In Beethoven's Fifth Symphony, for example, you start with the very dramatic four-note theme that is used throughout the piece. Next up is the B section, which uses the same four-note theme, except in a different way and using new and different material. After the B section ends and the oboe holds out one long sustained note, we start hearing material that sounds almost exactly like the A section, but it isn't exactly the same. Do we call this the A section? No. We do say that it sounds like the A section, but instead we call it the A prime section, saying that it uses material from the beginning of the song, but changes it only slightly to end the song. This A-B-A form, when used as the main form in a piece of music, is what we refer to as the sonata form. It's simply starting with a chorus, repeating a verse, and then going back to a similar, although not always the same chorus. It can have a C section, or it cannot have a C section. It's your choice. Tonight, your child is going to be doing two things. One, they're going to be breaking down exactly how some of their favorite pop songs are put together, along with listening to the recording they took home of Mozart's Eine kleine Nachtmusik. They'll be finishing a listening map and filling out images that help them remember the different sections of the song as they go through. Remind the students to think about the sonata form A, B, and A form, helping them guide themselves through the piece of music. Thanks for listening, and enjoy the music.